Hello, 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 dorks. Oh, and it's a raid right now. Wow, what timing. Hello, hello, everyone. I'll just introduce myself to everyone all at the exact same time. Hello, Trash Mac, how's it going? How's it going? I'm gonna give you a shout out here. I remember how to do that. Hello, Trash Mac, hello, Raiders, hello, everyone else. We are here today. We are here. We're here to play Dwarf Fortress. We are here to continue our ridiculous adventure mode adventure with our ridiculous adventurer. How's it going, Trash Mac? What were you up to? Were you doing some more? You were playing Dredge. Interesting. How is Dredge? Tell me about Dredge. I was just noticing that once again we are in the situation where Dwarf Fortress updated today, and we don't have a DF hack update quite yet, so we might not get DF hack today, which is cool because I totally wasn't planning on using it for something very specific that's probably going to happen today, right? So we might have to adjust our plans very slightly, very slightly, but we'll be good. It's a good update. Finished Dredge today, had a great time with it. Excellent. I know very little about it. I have Steam sitting right here, so I'm going to glance at it. That's the one. You're dredging, right? You're in a boat. I remember looking at this one pretty seriously. Yeah, this one looked good. Do you recommend the Dredge? I think it looks good. But yeah, we got spooky fishing game. Excellent. There's a Dwarf Fortress patch today, and I think it's going to be a very good patch. Aside from the fact that it has broken DF hack like right this moment, but like the patch itself looks very good. Dang it, Tarn, why does he always have to make stuff better, right? It used to be. So back when Dwarf Fortress was just a game that didn't live on Steam and it was something you manually downloaded, and every time a patch came out, you manually downloaded the new version. Like, the game didn't update itself before. So you were in control on when the game updated, which I think was very good, because you would start a game and be in a world and play in that world for a period of months is how I would do it. And then you're done with that world, you go download a new version and make a new world, right? Hello Anthric, hello Napzor, hello JM, hello Barely Creative, hello everyone. We're all here together. But yeah, the fact that like we don't actually get control over when the game updates now is like teeny tiny peeve for this exact reason. Because I do something on a timed basis, and then sometimes things aren't available for me, so I don't know, first world problems, but I don't know, I would love a version control system. I would love a way to decide when the game updates, or decide what version I'm on, right? That'd be nice. Internet's favorite trash can. Oh yes. What's the patch for? Oh yes. So today's patch, if you haven't played in a while, there's probably like several patches you haven't seen. Today's patch is fixing some very significant bugs, and I'm hoping that they're like fixed, because sometimes we get patches that are like, we fixed a bug, and then you see the same bug get fixed like in three patches in a row. But I think these are going to be fixes. So most of these have to do with armies, because we're kind of in the siege era right now, right? Do you have auto updates on? I have to manually choose to update with the Steam version? Can you do that with Steam? I thought I was just looking at it. The only option it gives me is like, it can automatically download, or it can download as soon as I launch the game, but there's not like a don't update option. Not that I saw. If there is, you should tell me how to find it, because I would totally do that. But patch notes, general updates. Fixed issue with squad/armies breaking into groups and not rejoining. We've seen that one. Mod upload doesn't clobber info.txt. I'm not sure about that one. Fixes a crash when choosing clothing sizes in workshop. I don't think we've seen that one. Fixed out-of-bounds error in army processing, and fixed out-of-bounds error in transformed units. which I bet those have both been things that we've seen. Just the weird sending out an army and then weird things happen. I don't know. I think that's what this is addressing. Prescriptive medicine. Yeah, the patch didn't take. Gotta try again. Yeah, exactly. It happens. Could be remembering wrong. Just update when it's available. Yeah, I thought. I don't know if it lets you not update. Steam has the feature to let devs create branches, mostly for public beta stuff, which they've been doing. When adventure mode was in beta, it was in that beta system. Could be used for more, right? I wonder. Like, can you have a beta be like a previous version? Can we just have like a couple of stable versions in the beta branch and just like have people stick on that if they're really worried about updating? I don't know. Fixed armies deleting items improperly. That seems important. Fixes a potential crash in wrestling. I don't think we've seen that, but maybe we have. Fixed issue with plant processing job specifiers being ignored, which I'm sure is important now that we have all those dye plants. Mill job plant can be specified. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Mill job plant can be specified. I was complaining about that not long ago. Not long ago. That was getting me real bad. So CK3 does let you select previous versions. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Is it within Steam or within the game? Like within the launcher? Maybe Dwarf Fortress needs like a launcher. I was thinking, why not let there be a last version in branch, right? I think that should be possible. Because then at least we wouldn't break like DF hack support, right? Because that's honestly like these patches themselves, these are good patches. These are good bug fixes. The only gripe I have is that I cannot use DF hack in this moment. And it's probably gonna patch like in a couple hours, right? It's so minor, and yet it's gonna change my plans today. Must lurk to rest. Oh yeah, I'm just here in intro mode. Thank you for the raid. Go rest, go lurk. I'll be here. Thank you for the raid. Best of luck, thank you. We got a big old sword. We're gonna swing it. When does DF get kernel level anti-cheat? Oh god, no. Oh god, no. Dwarf Fortress is like the opposite of anti-cheat. Dwarf Fortress, it was like, at least back in the day, it was like, here's how you can hack it, right? Like DF hack is a third-party thing. It's just like, it's not like officially sanctioned. It's just like permitted, right? DF launcher, we have that. It's called Catapult and Minecart Cannon. That's true. True. Oh, check stream chat. Okay. Betas. Okay, yeah, so it is in the betas. But I don't think Dwarf Fortress has like previous stable versions in the betas. I'm curious though. Oh, maybe it does. Version 5203. That's the... Okay, let's actually try that. Let's try this. So we've updated to 5204 today. I'm going to close the game so the music stops. I'm going to switch over to 5203. Update queued. Okay, do it. Do it. And maybe that's what I'm looking for. Maybe this is what I want. Yeah, okay, selected version 5203. Is this what I've been wanting? Like, has it really been that easy this whole time? It looks like it's gonna work. It says it's loading. It hasn't given me a DF hack angry message. Yeah, okay. That's how you do that. you can do that. You can totally just go into the betas and select previous versions. And there's like a bunch there too. TIL, there you go. Public service announcement. If you want to stay on a previous version, they're just all there in the betas. I see 5203, 02, 01, 51, 13, 11, 10, 8, 6. Like there's a bunch here. Back to 5009. If they all just stay here, if that list just continues to grow forever, I'd be very happy. That's nice. That's nice. Someone has a smart. I know, right? I know, right? I complained about something and it was already fixed. Okay, anyway, there's like a couple more patch notes here that are significant. My understanding is, at least for CK3, is that it sticks you on that unless you tell it to go back, which is how betas work, so I guess that makes sense. So it's just gonna be, like, I'll just keep an eye on DF hack, and once DF hack updates, I'll take myself out of the beta, right? Maybe that's how it works. Or maybe I just say that I'm always one patch behind. Is something else you could do. Though if you can always just like depatch the previous one that easily, then maybe it's not that big of a deal. Anyway. The pawns, the god Armok has shifted the world so that our patron goddess Unchowder can no longer intercede in our favor. All is lost. What's remarkable is I knew something about DF you didn't. Well, true. You knew something about Steam that I didn't, I guess. But thank you for that. Either way, I still appreciate that. Mill job plans can be specified. That's amazing. That's amazing. Makes the placing lakes and mineral stage of World Gen significantly faster, which is interesting, but not something that we've really run into. Moods using bars try to use metal now. I'm sure that's tripped us up before. I think that's what that's saying, is that like a mood that wanted to find bars would only try to look for like non-metal bars, like bars of soap. I don't know. That one's weird. That one's weird. Let me have the technicality. You can have it. I'll give it to you. You definitely showed something to me that I was griping about. So thank you. Thank you, King. Thank you. Soap Warhammer, right? Like, I think that's actually possible. But this last one caught me off guard because it has nothing to do with any of the other ones and is definitely something that we've dealt with in this world. This is my favorite one. Animal people no longer inherit the meandering tag from their base creature. We've had that happen in this fortress. Our current adventurer is a meandering creature. I wonder if that's going to apply retroactively. I wonder if Reg is still going to be a meanderer because he already exists, or if that's going to get like retroactively taken off. But we've had that happen at least twice. I remember in Leopardbends we had our rhino person. We had Ibu, and Ibu was a meanderer. And we noticed it. We noticed it having an effect on how she interacted with the rest of the fortress. And we've noticed it with Reg. We've watched Reg walk around. Like, Reg in combat and Reg out of combat are completely different speeds. If he's taking a job, he goes as slow as he wants to go. And as soon as there's an enemy in sight, he's the fastest thing on the screen. So that's gonna have a direct impact on Reg in Fortress mode. Like, so I guess we're not on this. We don't have this patch going right now, but maybe next stream, once we have DF hack and that going at the same time, that fixes a thing that we were interacting with. Anyway, we're gonna play a video game. Rig shall mosey no longer. Yes, we need to get some pep in his step. I'm hoping to get a lot of visitors to my new fortress, so animal people being better sounds good. Yeah, excellent, excellent. I am constantly surprised at how many creatures are meanderer. I think it's quite a few. So I think that's going to have an effect. And also the army changes, all the army fixes. I'm really excited for that to be fixed. We'll see how much of an impact it has directly on us, but these are good fixes. These are good things to have fixed. Today's episode is brought to you by the Moon. Thank you, Moon. And by viewers like you, clicking on all the buttons down there, hanging out with us live, rating to us, hooray, thank you. Hanging out in VODs, hanging out in Discord, all that good stuff. You are my celestial body that I gaze into nightly these days. So I appreciate you being here. And I think this is gonna work. Yeah, okay. So we're just gonna continue. We're not gonna update our mod, which is a thing that can happen now, apparently. I am concerned about updating a mod in the middle of a game, so I'm not going to do that. It also changes like their personalities very slightly, and just for the sake of like continuous story, I feel like we should not fiddle with that too much. Here we are. We are in adventure mode. We are in the capital of a goblin civilization, deep in the underground, waist deep in a puddle of manera guts. We were just murdering some maneras, and that's going to be kind of what we continue doing. If you are not familiar with Reg, Reg is very good at some very specific things. I'm wondering if we can break level 100 fighter. I wonder if these actually max out ever. Has anyone ever like broken level 100 anything before? Because that would be pretty impressive. But we're here to like clean house. So we're gonna continue cleaning house. So we're just gonna be here killing maneras for a little bit. Yeah. Feel free to distract me with conversations, because I think we're gonna be here for a minute. I know that the first time we were here, there was a lot of blind cave ogres, and I'm hoping that we find those too. Stab in the head, there we go, there's one dead. And then you are there. Gonna combat the manera in the head with the slash. Has he acquired a set of skills over a long career and he will find you, and when he finds you, he will kill you? Yes. Yes. I mean, he was zombified more than a decade ago at this point. On 136, I want to say he was created as an adventurer and zombified. He was zombified as part of his creation. It was before 120. So I want to say we retired Leopardbends in like 122. So he might be from like 118 or something like that. That's just off the top of my head. But I mean, as far as a Dwarf Fortress goes, that's a long career, right? He's been at it for over a decade, going between adventure mode and fortress mode. Oh yeah, we have a dwarf friend. There's just one, just Ast here, is just with us. But he's been in adventure mode, he's been in fortress mode, and when he's in fortress mode, he's typically, oh, that one just bled to death. He's like part of the military. Like in our current fortress, he's just the captain of the guard. Like he trains the primary squad. And because he's a zombie, he doesn't really eat or sleep or do anything but what you tell him. So he's just been training for like his entire life. That's kind of his deal. So he's gotten quite buff. Like he's just got legendary dodge. And we don't even bother. It doesn't even matter. This one's... I love the distinction between a manera that is, like, prone. Is like upside down like a turtle. Okay. Yeah, we have some corpses here, and then that's a stray beak dog. I can claim the beak dog. Yep, thank you. My beak dog now. There's a bunch of maneras down here. I don't know why there's so many maneras. Just immediately unconscious. Cool. Manera traitor. Okay. And I want to do like this. Just doing a bunch of auto attacks. The maneras are strangely resilient. Just because it's hard to like get them in the brain. It's hard to get them in the vital organs. We do hit them dang hard though. Holy cow. I mean, Moody Dwarves try to find metal bars is nice, but there's a charm to Dog Soap Axe. They do very clean cuts. That's true. It slices and disinfects at the same time. It's true. I mean, that is one bug that I was not aware of. Definitely not aware of. So I'm curious how many times I've been thrown off by that. Distraction chat optional question. What's your go-to Friday meal? That's a good question. I don't know that we have a good Friday specific meal. We have some meals that we've been doing specifically on like stream nights because I stream like right up to dinner time essentially, so we don't want to do like a complicated dinner while we're hungry. So we usually do something simple like mac and cheese or chicken nuggets or something. But Fridays are just kind of whatever. French hot dogs. What makes a hot dog French? What is a French hot dog? If that is a thing, call that in English. I don't know that I've heard that specific phrase. I'm curious what it is. Or the French way of preparing a hot dog. Combat the Manera. It'll sound dirty now if I explain it. Okay, we'll do it anyway. If it's a food that sounds like a bedroom move when you describe it, then I think it's good food. Like French kiss. I'm not sure that added any clarity. Oh, look, more beak dogs. Which one's mine? That one's a stray. That one's my beak dog. Okay, our beak dog is just running off and finding maneras now. Claim beak dog. Make it as kinky as possible. Yes. Get me a strike on YouTube with your description of a food. Don't actually, but like that would be really funny. Is this beak dog mine? Is this one mine? That one's mine. Okay, we just have beak dogs running around now. Do you insert your tongue into the bun? That's what I'm imagining. Like, is it French in the way that you prepare it, or French in the way that you eat it? Pretty simple. Nothing changes with the hot dog. It's the bun. And the bun is like a small loaf and a hole in. Oh, I have heard this. And you insert the dog into the bun hole. I have seen this. I've seen it, and it's absurd. You say that, and immediately I'm like, I've seen this. I've seen this in something. It's very handy. Is that the word you want to be using? No, I don't want to attack the beak dog. I want practical. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm not sure I understand. I'm not sure I understand its practicality. I assume it's in like a cleanliness kind of a thing, like a less mess kind of a deal. But I'm not convinced that it would actually be less mess. You know what I mean? Plus, how do you get your toppings? Like you can get the dog in there, but if I want to like load it up with sauerkraut or something, I don't know. I was at a French service station and they had a big spike that they smashed the baguette onto the spike so the insides have space, then ram the dog in. I guess. Because you can hold it very firmly with one hand. Okay, I guess that's true. You need to hold on tightly, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I have never had such an issue with eating a hot dog where to the point where I was like, I need to change the configuration of this hot dog. I don't think I've ever been that desperate in a hot dog eating situation. They do the toppings. They shove. Can really add other stuff to it. No room, sauce though, and so on. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I want stuff. I want, like... I guess I don't want a lot of stuff, but I do want to... There's got to be space for stuff. Sometimes I like a... Is it Chicago style? I don't know that I specifically like Chicago style hot dogs, but they put a lot of stuff on their dogs. It helps the dog go in smoothly. I bet. Bun might break when you push hot dog in and cause the sauce to squirt out, right? Like, this doesn't sound... This sounds like it's more complicated than it needs to be. I don't know that a hot dog needs to be that engineered. I think sometimes a hot dog can be a hot dog. Maybe that's my hot take. It's a little grim when all the ketchup gets stuck at the bottom. Yeah. You mean like for a normal hot dog or for a French hot dog? Cause I imagine if you put a hole through the whole thing, and then you're like squirting ketchup in there and then putting the hot dog through, you're just pushing all the ketchup out, right? Right? I don't know. I feel like we've introduced too many variables at this point. I feel like these are variables that don't need to be introduced into hot dog construction. This is clearly an excuse to do smutty things with their food. That's kind of where I'm at. This is like one of those cute those like for bachelorette parties. This is like one of those weird phallic shaped foods you do for a bachelorette party. There's also a thing you kind of push it down. Well, if it's a big hot dog. Ce n'est pas un hot dog. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Also, my French pronunciation is horrible, but I understand the reference. Okay, so this really begs the question, what are some other food items, like broad food categories, that you've seen done wrong? Like, I want to hear like the ones that you hate. Like, what's the worst way to do a hamburger? Or what's the worst way to do a hot dog? Like, what would be the wrong way to do a hot dog? It's our take on chili dogs. Oh yeah, I love chili dogs. Like, you couldn't do a French chili dog, right? That would be madness. I loaded up with like chunky chili and onions and cheese. There's as much, like when I do a chili dog, it's like as much chili as it is dog. French hot dog is not wrong. Okay, so I won't call it wrong. I will say it's not gonna happen in my house. It's not something I'm gonna go out of the way to do. I won't call it wrong. I am in combat with this one. Okay. Not under this roof. Right, exactly. In combat with you. Oh, look, a clerk. Upside down ordinary hot dog, that would be wrong. I agree. That would be wrong. So closed-minded. In this house, we reject the French hot dog. I don't reject it. I won't reject it out of hand. And honestly, the thing that I find more appealing is the different bread type, right? Like doing a baguette. I get that. Like, I would totally get a baguette and slice it and put a hot dog in there. I would be okay with that. It's just it's the insertion that I can't get over. Do the French hot dog method for sausages plenty. Interesting. Do you think this is Canada? Oh, there's a bunch of beak dogs. So that one's a friend, and the rest of these aren't. Okay, I'm gonna make more beak dog friends. Claim beak dog. I'm just gonna have a swarm of beak dogs. Claim beak dog. Claim beak dog. So I have that one, I got that one, I got, or no, yes, I have that one. Okay. Le baguette, le hot dog. How do you say hot dog in French? Like what do the French call a French hot dog? Or do they just call, is that just a hot dog? Okay, wow. We have some corpses here. We got some corpses here. Hot dog is hot dog in French. Interesting. Not even like the French word for hot and the French word for dog. It's just hot dog. Hot dog. Oh, we found one. Hello, friend. A fat blind cave ogre engineer. Okay. There's at least one here. You're 11 years old. You're not wearing armor. Okay. Okay. Okay, here we are. You're not in combat with me. I'm gonna go for the neck. That is so good. That is so good. Regarding wrong foods in Sweden, we have this thing. There are two camps for certain bread, like hard bread, where one side is flat smooth and one side is bumpy. Which side do you butter? Oh. Interesting. And then you dishonor your friends if they do it wrong. So what's your opinion? Does it have more... Is the texture different aside, is like the firmness different? Or is it just like rough or smooth? What's the bread called? I want to Google this. Bumpy side is the top, but the flat side is easier to butter. I feel like the bumpy side has more abrasive surface, right? So if your butter isn't like room temperature, then a bumpy surface is gonna like get buttered more effectively, right? Un hot dog according to Google. Okay. Butter the top and struggle. Okay. Wrong. Sounds like bag first or milk first for a brew, right? Or cream jam / jam cream. There's a you can't do it. This is straight up a Dr. Seuss thing. What book was that from? There's a Dr. Seuss bit where like two nations go to war over like butter side up or butter side down on toast. Like that's like a whole thing. And it's funny to get like when I read that when I was younger, I was like, haha, that's absurd. But like the older you get, the more that's like, no, that's actually how people think. this is actually real. So I'm gonna try not to be sniffly today. I am much less sniffly than I was last week, but I noticed that it definitely showed up on the VOD, and I had to remove some things. So I'm gonna try not to be sniffly today. Look at all these maneras. Holy cow. Holy cow. Norwegian arrangement on how to stack your firewood. Oh, tell me more. I imagine fire preparation is a thing that has opinions associated with it. I'm almost tempted to just like go looking for the blind cave ogre specifically, but what? Nope, that's not what I meant. Combat the troll. Neck/dead. The only reason the maneras are taking more than one hit is because they don't have a neck. I find that hilarious. Okay, nighty night nap. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out with us and giving me something slightly cursed to think about. Have a good night. Augment the tip of the spike or the flat of the bark. Interesting. Dream of sexy hot dogs. Yeah, dreams about inserting hot dogs into holes. Yeah, dream about hot dogs going in places they shouldn't. I can't stand up. There's just too much crap here. Get on your feet, Reg. Okay, and then these are our friends. These are our friend beak dogs. I'm gonna do an ice bolt here just to piss it off. Chipping the skull. Very nice. Hot dog Baggins, I will take the ring to Mordor. Yes, okay. I want to know about other foods. I know, so like hamburgers, right? At least in America, as you can imagine, people have opinions about hamburgers. And I think maybe it might be more of a fad thing than an actual like ongoing thing, but for a long time, the thing that you did with a hamburger was like add 50 things to it. But I'm definitely of the opinion that less is more when it comes to a hamburger. Because they very quickly get to the point where they're just like uneatable. Like physically cannot get them into your mouth, and the burger does not survive the eating process. So I'm always very dubious on hamburgers that just add 50 things to them. Like you got your bacon, and you got your onion rings, you got your onion straws, got your fried egg, and it's too much. That is no longer a hamburger. You can't eat it that way. I don't know what stuff is wrong until someone reacts with horror to it. Until then, it's normal. True. We're about to have a best hamburger topping chat. Why not? Happy to eat a burger where knife and fork are compulsory. If I have to bust out the cutlery for the burger, it better be a damn good burger. I would rather, I won't say it's wrong. I'm not going to pass value statements. But for me personally, if a burger is no longer edible in traditional burger fashion, then there has to be something really extra going on that makes me like need to eat it. Otherwise, it shouldn't be a burger. Otherwise, put those same ingredients in a different format, and I'll eat it as like a salad. I don't know. That's where I'm coming from. Should have been tied for food convo. Yes, excellent. Welcome in. Fried egg can make an excellent ham salad. I guess that makes sense. I do love like a fried egg is like my most favorite bougie hamburger topping, but no one ever does like just a fried egg. Fried egg is like the cherry on top version of a hamburger topping, right? Like you don't ever get the egg before the bacon. I want just like beef patty, cheese, some onion, ketchup, mustard, and an egg. And that be the whole burger. I don't know why that's so hard to find. A Manera blacksmith. Sure, why not? Tell you what, a sausage buddy with a runny egg on. What's a sausage buddy? But yeah, runny eggs on a sandwich, like the breakfast sandwiches. Like a breakfast sandwich with a runny egg is my happy place. You're having French hot dogs for tea tomorrow. Just know this. Okay. Yeah, apparently that's gonna happen. Hamburger salad. Why? Why not? Why not? Hello, Jexwing. We're talking about food and murdering maneras. Because there's a lot of maneras and a lot of food opinions. Do like a tomato and lettuce burger sauce, right? Like, you can have a taco salad. If you can have a taco salad, why can't you have a burger salad? There's still one here. They're just freaking everywhere. Buddy just means sandwich. Oh, okay. I haven't heard that specific word for it. The key about having like people from different countries in Twitch chat is playing the game of, is that a word I've never heard before, or is it a typo? That's a game I have to play. Buddy Bap Barm. I've heard Bap. I remember Bap because it's funny considering what an American would consider a Bap, which is not a food item. There's so many. My God, look at all the maneras. I'm just trying to stand up. Just stab that one. Stab that one. Ice bolt that one. Let the beak dog go at him. You might put your mouth on a bap. Yes, it's true. That is the thing that the baps have in common. Generally pretty soft and squishy. I think bap is very British. It feels British. Oh, still got... My sword just keeps getting stuck in maneras. Ew, my sword's got manera on it. Are we making Manera era? Manera marinara? I've gone insane, don't worry. Jeez. There goes one. Bap is just an onomatopoeia for hit/tap to me. Oh, that's true. It is also like a cat will bap you. That is true. But I've also heard baps as like specifically if there are two of them, right? As like a bop. Yeah, like a bap can be like a bop. But it can also be a feminine chest. Like, check out those baps. Bap is like a sandwich, right? Well, for some people, apparently. I don't think I've heard anyone use bap as a sandwich in the US. Like a buddy. That was what prompted the conversation. I was asking what a buddy was. Which could also be a slightly rude word. If you tried hard enough. come on. Jeez. Everything's just moving around. That troll needs to come back. Come back, troll. You get an ice bolt. Buddy is Scottish. Interesting. Bacon Buddy is an establishment. That's fair. So is that like a... So if this is going to be a bacon sandwich, what else goes on a Bacon Buddy? Bappin Sarnie. Oh, what's a Sarnie? I don't know what a Sarnie is. Bacon and chip buddy. Yeah, okay. What else goes... Is that like a... Is this related to a BLT? Because we have like BLTs. When I think bacon sandwich, I think BLT. But it depends on what else is going on a Bacon Buddy. Have you been lumped in with a Scottish, right? I have to imagine there's a, like, I know the Brits and the Scots don't want to be lumped in together too much, right? But I have to imagine your cultures have blurred together a little bit over the years. Maybe just a little bit. But a photo of the terms and coverage region. Oh, geez. Do I have a map in here? Oh, I see. Is it a roll or a bap? Roll, bap, bun, barm. I've never heard barm. And muffin. No, muffin and roll are not interchangeable. Cob and tea cake. I'm glad those last three are definitely the least common, right? A muffin is something different. A muffin's something different. I'm sorry. Northern English, so generally we side with the Scottish over the Southerns, but not always. That makes sense. Let's go over here. Hey, look! More everything. Live right on the border, so I hear a lot of weird words for stuff. That makes sense. Weird even by your standards? I feel like that's saying something. Just the idea of anyone from the UK going like, wow, that's a weird way to say that is like really funny to me. Just because... I mean this in a very loving way, but every other word that comes out of y'all's mouth is just very silly sounding. Tea cake and muffin are different to me, but some people are crazy. Like, what can I say? Tea cake to me has raisins in it, and muffin is what you call an English breakfast muffin. See, muffin, I guess, what would you call... So a muffin and an English muffin in the US are different things. They are both, you know, like bread things, but like a muffin is typically sweet. Maybe that's what a tea cake is. Cuz like they'll usually have like, or not usually, but frequently have like berries in them or be flavored with something sweet. But they're like the savory version of a cupcake? Do you have cupcakes? What do you call cupcake? A muffin is like a cupcake without frosting, essentially. Not cakey cake. It's like a bread cupcake. It's like a bready cupcake. Does that make any sense? Words change from town to town. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Kind of cool, if not a bit mental. I mean, it's wild to think about from a US perspective because you can go so far and still be in like the exact same dialect region. Like you gotta drive pretty far in the US to find someone that talks notably different than you. Unless they moved there, you know what I mean? I'm sure I've heard old people moan that cupcakes should be called fairy cakes, but I think we lost that one to the US cultural hegemony. Yeah, fairy cakes, interesting. There's a mate of mine who lived in a place where you could tell what street someone was from by their accent. Wow, 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 wow. Radio and TV did a lot of heavy lifting in the US, true. But also just the way that Europeans spread throughout the US, right? Like the UK has a history of being, like the dialects in the UK developed before the car did, right? It was just a bunch of individual towns. There wasn't as much travel between them all. And they were all kind of left to their own devices as far as what their dialects did. But in the US, it was like, you get like, you go from people landing on the one shore to people being on the other shore, and that's like 2 or 3 generations, right? It's an oversimplification, obviously, but like the speed that it happened was so much faster. It's essentially the same population. And then you add radio and TV on top of that. Yeah, people didn't move much for a long time, right? And or they would travel and then go back home. But there wasn't a whole lot of just like people packing up and moving to the other side of the country, right? The vicious crackdown of non-English languages, yeah, exactly. Definitely some enforced homogeneity going on there. It's similar to a lot of Europe too, to be honest. Like Switzerland is tiny, but they speak very differently. Holy cow, scrolling. In Bern to Zurich to Basel to Chur, even in the bits that all speak the same language. France used to have a lot of different languages. Well, in France, doesn't French have like a governing body that defines what French is? Am I wrong in thinking that? Like French is kind of somewhat unique in how they police the French language. But I imagine that wasn't always the case. There, that one's dead. Nope, that wasn't what I wanted. Oh well. Combat the Manera diagnostician. After World War II, German as a first language was more or less unheard of in German communities in the Midwest. That makes sense. There are people in the north of Scotland who may as well not be speaking the same language. Yes, I believe that. I suppose all the hundreds of native tribes in the US had their own languages, but yeah, modern US is very different. Yeah, I mean, like, back in the day, right? Like, all their languages were very distinct from each other. But it was because that was the time period, right? They all had their own, like, very distinct communities, and they intermingled with each other, but it wasn't like today where people would just, like, you get a new job and now you live on a different coast, right? That wasn't really how the world worked at that time. So yeah, I can only imagine, like I don't even know if like dialect makes sense in the context of their languages, because they're just like different languages for most of the part. And then they have pidgins, right? They have trading languages, is my understanding. So like they'd have their language that they use in their group, and then when they trade amongst other tribes, they have a simplified language that's specifically for trading with people, is my understanding. No, a sword is lodged in the wound every other tick. Goodness gracious. Starting to feel very much like a module from Uni on the emergence of the nation state in Europe. Yeah. Said how many languages were lost. I agree. I absolutely agree. Are maneras sticky or something? I think they're just too soft. They don't. The main thing is that they don't have a neck. Oh yeah, beak dog. Claim beak dog. Like it's literally just head and arms. Maybe we should like stab their eyes or something. Because like trolls, like things with necks, I can kill in one shot because I can slice off their head. But I can't slice off the head of a creature that is all head. I can't decapitate a manera. Which is just hilarious that that's the issue we're having. Don't have legs, so it's easy for them to lose their footing. Yes, true. Is that why they spend all their time on the ceiling? Sticky with blood when Reg is done with them. True. True, true. We are all very sticky at this point. Okay. My god. All the guts. Look at all these guts. Just hands, hands, arms, hands. Yeah, okay. Grab you, and then I'll piss off you. And then these are beak dogs? Or no, that one's not. Claim the beak dog. And then claim the beak dog. It's just more. I'm okay with this. Claim the beak dog. Claim the beak dog. So, you know, this troll, like, I'm just gonna go one-shot this troll. How many beak dogs do I have at this moment? Several. Several. Several of them are off screen at this point. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. A baker's dozen of beak dogs. But then here, I'm gonna say troll, combat, strike, neck, slash, dead. Literally dead. Can you make a confession? Yes. I mean, if you feel the need to phrase it as a confession, I don't know what it is. Combat. Makes me think of the time I assigned like 30 dogs to one person. Yeah, I remember that. I distinctly remember this. Because you thought that if you assigned all the animals, then it would like loop over and go to 0 animals, but it didn't. It was just all the animals. I still don't think there's a way to like unassign a war animal from someone. I thought it was a beat dog. Oh, I gotcha. Beat dog. No, it's a beak dog. Like a weird creature with a beak. Have we looked at these? I'm sure that we've looked at them. But if you look at the description of a beak dog, they're very brightly colored. Like the sprite does not show how brightly colored they should be. A creature from the evil swamp. It resembles a squat wingless bird with powerful beak and legs. Its blotchy skin is brightly colored. A croot hound. Yes, it's like a croot hound. I think they're smaller. They're large enough for a goblin to ride, but not much bigger than that. Incredible muscles over a small build. His skin is striped red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. His eyes are black. Beak dogs are just rainbow colored. They have all the rainbow colors as their stripes. They just got the two little legs and a beak, and that's it. Big chickens, basically. Big flightless chickens. Probably like turkeys, honestly. If you want to compare them to something that's actually scary, I'd say they're like turkeys. Rainbow turkeys, yeah! Evil rainbow turkeys. But without feathers. They're weird. They're weird. We've been sitting here beating things up for a little bit, so I'm gonna drop a save just so that we don't have to repeat any of this, because that would be a little painful. All the colors, I assumed some kind of budgie. That would be cute. Little budgie monsters. Yeah, weird that they're called dogs. They're called dogs in the sense like in the Elden Ring sense, in the sense that everything's a dog. Is this dog? This is dog. I am standing just south of one, I guess. They're also good at wrestling. Like, big dogs won't take out very much just one-on-one on their own. But being in here and wrestling everything with us is definitely helping. So they're probably gonna chase down that one. I'm gonna keep working this way. Very slowly. Look at all these beak dogs. How about we just grab all the beak dogs? Claim the beak dog, and I'll smack each thing once. So that gets it in combat with us, and then the beak dogs can take care of it. Maybe that's a smart thing to do here. So I can go up. Maybe. You're my friend, you are not. Claim the beak dog. And then I'm like in a brawl? Why did I start a brawl with it? I still have my sword. That's what I get for just doing a default attack. I want to stab the head. And then the other one? I don't know which one's which. There we go. Okay, so you are all my friends. I want that one. Look at them all. Okay, claim. Oh, and there's a blind cave ogre. Very good. Claim. Aim for the neck. Dead. Absurd. Claim this beak dog. There's another one back here. Claim the beak dog. And then stab the manera. Fine. I wish there was something I could do on my end to, like, not get my sword stuck as often. Like, what kind of a skill would that be? Okay, let's keep looking for our beak dog friends. You are both my friend. You are my friend. You are not my friend. Jeez. You. Claim. There's still so many. Oh, there are still so many. Claim. Don't have these. Jeez. Claim. Claim. And then combat. And I'll do you too. I love that our dwarf friend is just tagging along. Well, at least the one thing you won't have to worry about now. What, having never went for leather? True. I mean, if we can bring them all back. That is true, we could breed beak dogs. Claim? Claim. Combat. There's... And just sending a nose to hell. Sure, why not? I just keep working this way. Hey look! Claim the beak dog. Claim the beak dog. Claim the beak dog. Stab the manera. Perfect. Claim that beak dog. Claim that beak dog. Really, we're the beak dog whisperer. The fact that we can walk into this fortress and just say, hey, beak dogs, you work for me now, and they all eat their masters. That seems good. Oh, these are mine already. Combat the manera. Combat the manera. It'd almost be better if they all just attacked me. Just teeth flying everywhere. I'll do ice bolt. Okay, and then all these beak dogs. Oh my god. Claim. 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 I hope this is fun to watch, because this amuses me to no end. Just make a death ball of beak dogs. I'm gonna stand up. Death ball for cutie. Yeah, there you go. Is Reg the cutie? Claim. Ice bolt. I'm gonna keep going down this way. I don't want to get too close to those holes. I don't want to fall down a pit. I think that'd be bad. These are friends. Insert dog into hole. No! We just went over this. That's hilarious. Claim. 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 Jeez. We're just gonna do an ice bolt here. Combat the Manera. Combat the Manera. No, I didn't get my sword back, whatever. I'm just surrounded now. You strike. Am I still have my sword, right? I think my sword is lodged into somebody. There we go. Who is my sword in? The turns take so long because there are so many beak dogs fighting so many maneras. Okay, we're definitely not in combat with all of them, but I'm gonna let them have at it for a little bit, and we'll continue up this way. Hey, hello, friend. How about you attack that manera? I'm already in combat with that one, even. That works. That one was running, I guess. That seemed good. Now it's puking. Losing parts. Sure, I think you got it. The callback, right? You are a friend. There's definitely combat happening all around us. What was that? Troll shearer. Oh, there's a troll. That's right. We did leave a troll. Honestly, the trolls and the blind cave ogres are what I care about the most. But mostly I just want this site to not have a population that can threaten us now. I feel like there's got to be a room that's just filled with blind cave ogres still. Hello, Manera. Enjoy my big dogs. Oh. Some more maneras here. I wish we had a flashlight. I so wish we had a flashlight. I like our big cloud of beak dogs though. This is good. This is good. That's pretty good. Oh, now we can move a bit now that we're not so close to all the combat. Which I suppose means no one's here. Don't think I want to go this way. Oh, that's another big room. Oh. Interesting. So this is just going to be more bedrooms, right? This is going to be just more of that. It also goes down. No, I don't think we care about this. Every time a beak dog like walks over me, I have to stand back up. Okay, this looks like another big loot room. Or maybe a burial room? There's a couple things. Memorial to Ingerzung Tuznagsnag. This is a rock salt memorial to Ingerzung Tuznagsnag. Tuzung Asgensnag. In memory of Ingerzung Tuznagsnag, murdered by the goblin Zolak Plaguecatch in the year 62, High Counselor of the Insensitive Ghoul, devoted mother and wife. Aw. I don't know if, like, are the more powerful things going to be more central? I don't know. I think we want to stay kind of in the middle of their zone. Hey, look, another one. That's scary. Oh look, some leather. Sure. I guess why not, right? I have such a high carry capacity. Ooh, just a stack of leather sitting here. Why not? It's mine now. Holy cow. It's too bad I can't just, like, get all of it at once. Oh, it was in the bag. Duh. I think we have enough. Okay, this room seems pretty empty. There's another one over here. Also pretty empty. The way they build these sites is just ever so slightly bonkers. Okay, so they're all like on slightly different levels as well. Oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Welcome in. Shiro Monkey. It's hard to just see like a layout of all the things at once. Oh, this is up. Hello. We're murdering. I'm gonna head back towards the way we came. I feel like we were definitely warmer there. Maybe... No, that's not what I want. I'm gonna stay in the big rooms. I imagine all the big rooms are connected? I don't know that for sure. But I don't think we have any use in going into all the bedrooms again. I think if we find things, are going to be in these big rooms. Okay, there's a nice long walkway, I guess. Jeez. And then here's another one. Okay. There's no one here. It goes up. Why? Why didn't that go down to the ground? Okay, here we go. But there's still just no one here. Okay, can I get back up over here? Can tell when I'm on the ground, everything slows down. Here we go. Okay. Might have lurk for a little bit, 'cause I'm stuck at work. Yeah, that's fair. We are very lurker friendly here. Reg here is going on a rampage. We're trying to clear out a goblin capital. We've made a lot of beak dog friends along the way. Rock and roll, yeah, rock and roll. Reg likes to party. What can I say? Can I even find my way back to the one with all the maneras? Do I even know where that is from here? Because my... No, that's not what I meant. Is it all this? No, because I think this is me remembering that there were beak dogs behind me. I don't think those are the actual creatures. Yeah, it says there are creatures here too. Maybe I'll just be lost down here forever. I think that just turns into bedrooms. Oh my god. Crawling backwards through my horde of beak dogs. And then another one. Hooray. But like... also empty? I think we want to get back to the middle with all the... I mean, we're basically in the middle. There was all the constructed walls in the spire. What is this? Another large room. Oh, but I hear stuff up here. Who is this? Oh, it's a beak dog. Hey, look! Another one. I'm just fully lost. Guess what? I'm lost. So we should be... I guess we're probably west of the middle. So let's try going back this way. Because the maneras were definitely near the middle. I think I was looking for the middle when we found them. And we had found the slate area. We'd found the tower. Do you have a goal for this adventure? Less goblins, or specifically less blind cave ogres. Because this is a fortress that is like directly adjacent to our fortress. And we settled adjacent to their capital with the intent of like assaulting them on the world map style. Which we did for a while. But then things got weird. So our, like, our fortress has not been doing so well, so there's not really a lot of armed people that can leave and go on armed missions and take things out like that. Because as you can tell, there's a lot of things here, except for these giant empty rooms. So I said, well, I'll just do it myself, right? So we just picked up Reg again, and we're gonna try to depopulate this fortress a little bit. But the last time we were here, there was a room that was just standing room only of blind cave ogres. Here we go. So I was expecting to find dozens of blind cave ogres, and so far we've found like 3. Okay, so we've been here. So clearly my memory map has not been preserved. I wonder if it goes away when you close the game. Scratchy voiced troll. Neck. Stab. Why did a stab instead of a slash? Slash the neck. There we go. Now you're dead. Slash the neck. You're dead. Wish me much murder? Okay. I mean, we've murdered quite a lot. Here's a troll. Finding like our own path of murdered maneras at this point. This must be where we just were. But why isn't this... Why don't I remember this? It hasn't been that long. curious. Combat, strike, neck, slash, dead. Combat, strike, neck, slash, dead. And then another troll. Troll. There we go. So maybe I'll try, I'm just gonna try to stay in this constructed area. Seems like things want to enter in through here. Can't quite see that troll. I'm just gonna give you an ice bolt. Let the beak dogs take care of it. Eventually. Goodness gracious. Maybe I should have just squeezed through and did it. That was a lot. That was a lot. The fact that I'm on the ground and there's a billion beak dogs means that every turn is going to be a million turns of nonsense. Okay. Here's a troll. There's a dead troll. Hey, there. You. Dead. There's all these silly bedrooms. They have a cave troll. They have several cave trolls. Oh, they're trolls. I don't know if they're quite exactly like the cave trolls you were thinking of, but they are large and scary. Most things probably should scare us more, but Reg is just ridiculous at this point. We can go up. Is that a friendly beak dog? It is a friendly beak dog. Like this hallway just filled with loot. Hey, a goblin. We've seen very few goblins. A keeper of the seal. That sounds like an important one. It's dead now. I don't know what the seal is, but I'm not doing a very good job of keeping it. I hear something. Yeah, there's a troll. I'm back. Ice bolt. There we go. Got in the arm. Sometimes I can get them in the leg like that. But then you just walked over anyway. There we go. Okay, so let's just keep going. These places are just ridiculous. I'd love to find like a proper demon as well. I know that we've explored a couple of these goblin fortresses and not found like their actual demon leader, which I've never actually done that ever in Dwarf Fortress, so I'm really curious how that works. But I kind of think we might be able to take them. I think we're backtracking in places we've been before, but clearly I don't remember this hallway. And I'm sure things have moved around since we've been through the last time. I can hear things in all these other passages. I don't know which of them are just slow beak dogs. I'm pretty sure we've been here. This feels familiar to me. I don't think we've seen another stair up. There should be like a way up and a way down. Some dead people. Yeah, this is where we first showed up. Maybe we go up. I think we've been here too. Oh, but look, there's a manera. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, it's gonna let me see everything for a moment. I don't know why. Troll Butcher. Slash. There we go. Stab that manera. Stab that manera. I'm gonna shoot this one with an ice bolt. That one just died. And I'm gonna claim this beak dog. Then I'm gonna move on. I'm delegating. That's what this is. Are you a friend? You're not a friend. You aren't even a friend I can claim. That's interesting. So you I should kill. Oh look, they're having a party. I'm gonna claim the beak dog. Decapitate the troll. Do an ice bolt at the manera. Move over here. Oh, the beak dog does not like me. It would still let me mount the beak dog. I'm just gonna kill it. And then I'm gonna decapitate this troll. And then I'm gonna decapitate this troll. Like that. And this manera is gonna get pounced on by beak dogs. This is starting to look better. I want to find a lot of things here. There we go. Stray, and a blind cave ogre. That's what I like to see. I'm gonna claim you. I'm gonna scoot past. I'm going to decapitate this blind cave ogre. I'm going to walk over here. Gonna claim the beak dog. Going to combat the troll. There we go. That's absurd. We are overpowered. We are too much. Hey, look, another one. More of everything. Combat, neck, slash. And then claim and claim. Combat the Manera. Then I want this last beak dog. This Manera. Like that. Puts me up to a lot of beak dogs. That's a lot of beak dogs. But it actually tells me 51 pets. That's gonna count more than just this, though. Though actually, I don't know. I don't know that I had any pets before this adventure. Oh my god. Hello, trolls. And look, a stray beak dog. And a Manera. And a Manera. Oh, I got it stuck somewhere. It's really the best part about everything being a one-hit kill. So you can't lodge your sword firmly in a wound if you slice straight through a neck in one go. Combat the troll. Oh, come on. There we go. Heck looks happy. I sure hope so. She was a little terror this morning. Reg is a beast, Reg is a beast. Reg is a literal beast. There we go. And then this Manera. Stab. And then I'm gonna move on. Just gonna assume that they can take care of it. Oh, look! Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, it's like on the surface. This is like the entrance. Okay. I'm actually just gonna save here. I sort of want to convert a Croxagore model into Reg. Oh, which one's that? Yeah, that's more of a, that's definitely a crocodilian. Though I bet you could do it. I don't know that I imagine him with like big armor plates. Because monitor lizards are definitely more of a scaly skin kind of a vibe than just like armor plating, you know? But You know, if you took something like Reg and translated it to Warhammer, you definitely get something ridiculous like that. Okay. This is gonna be nuts. I'm going to decapitate this troll. I'm gonna walk over here and decapitate this blind cave ogre. And then walk up here and go for this one. Yup. And then there's another one standing right there. Yup. We are an angel of death. Moved out of range. Oh, that's not fair. It's literally the only thing I can't compensate for. There, I'll get that one instead. There we go. Get you. Another one moves in to take its place. There we go. They are trying to hit me. Or at least one of them was. Uh-huh. That's too much. It's too much. I almost feel bad. A couple hundred more of these and I will start to feel bad. Really drives home how silly the maneras are. It's like maneras are not really more durable in the traditional sense than anything. Like they're kind of, in one sense, they're kind of squishy. But in the sense that I can't decapitate them, they're stronger. The frail, blind cave ogre. Dead. That's a lot of headless cave ogres. And then this is the outside, right? So this is just outside. You were just running away. Two more stairs up. Let's go up. Hey, look. 2 beak dogs and nothing else. Claim. And claim. So presumably there's going to be another way to get up. Because this doesn't continue up. Excuse me, dozens of beak dogs. So then... I guess we didn't go down this way. I am really tempted to see if we can bring a necromancer back here in a separate adventure. And just make some more friends. I don't know if it works that way though. Because they'll be easy to find, right? They're just right there in the foyer. Just a big old pile of blind cave ogre corpses. Though they're all missing their head. They would all be headless, and the thing that they're dangerous with is their teeth. So... I wonder how that would work. It'd be cool if we had a way to, like, put them back together. If you murder half of them and then charm the rest, that means you get them all out of your hair at least. True. Well, what do you mean by charm? I can be friends with the beak dogs. Just make friends with? I don't think they're gonna be friends with me. Frankenstein time? Right, I think that would be really cool. I think I might be able to make myself friends with them, but I don't think that would make them stop attacking my civilization. And that's really what I want. I want my civilization to be safe. And I wish there were more ways to do that. Like, I wish there were ways to like broker peace between civilizations. I'm hoping that we get a way to do that someday. Because right now, this is how you do it. Or you do it with armies on the world map. Which maybe with all the siege stuff that we're getting, maybe there will be more interactions in that way as well. I think that would be really cool. Goodness gracious. There's a troll there. I'm just gonna ice bolt the troll and say good luck getting through all those beak dogs. Further studies on the life of death, right. I want necromancy to become a crafting profession. Maybe you get like a necromancer shop, like you get like a little workshop. You can bring corpse pieces to it. And there's little recipes for shoving them together. I wonder if you could do that with a mod. I wonder if that would be moddable. Now that we have all the Lua stuff. Twisting animals into chimeras, right? Like in World Gen, the naturally occurring necromancers, hey look, can do stuff like that. Like our Lambertham soldiers and whatnot. Those were made by necromancers, but they're made in such a way that the player doesn't have access to. It's just a thing that naturally occurring necromancers can do that we can't. So I'd love to be able to do that someday. Claim the beak dog. Ice bolt the manera. Decapitate that one. And then decapitate this one. Why is there a dwarf there? When did a dwarf die here? Was that me? Kumil? I don't know who Kumil is. Career goals? Yes, exactly. Hey, look! Ooh, 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 okay. There are more things here. And you're my friend, even. Combat the Manera. There goes that troll. Claim the beak dog. Combat the troll. We'll go down one. Claim that beak dog. Claim that beak dog. And then decapitate that ogre. I haven't gotten over it yet. It's too good. It's just too good. You're all just here in a little corner. Claim the beak dog. Stab the Manera. And then the ogre. Bonkers. Oh, then there's a door here. Who's in here? Hey, look, it's an ogre. Okay, so maybe there are still a bunch of ogres here, and they're just not all in one spot like they were the last time we were here. Because last time they were just all in one room. But if they're just all spread out like this, I'm not going to complain. There we go. What else can we talk about? What other weird food things are there? Besides hot dogs and hamburgers. What do people get picky about? Give me your most controversial food opinion. Maybe that's what I want. Pizza toppings? Pizza toppings are definitely controversial. Though I'm pretty accepting of all pizza toppings. As long as it's like edible still. This looks like... Did we kill... I feel like we killed a leader of some kind in here at one point. I think that was a while ago, though. I had a friend be very upset by the way I chop mushrooms, breaking them into pieces by hand. That's fair. I definitely, like, that's the more unusual way to do it, but I don't see why that would be wrong, I guess? Probably also depends on what you're doing with them. Like, if you're trying to cook them, you want to get them kind of a consistent thickness, right? So they cook kind of evenly, but even then, Even then, whatever. Oh, that one I actually got in one hit. Some people will die on the hill of not liking tomatoes and pickles, and I don't get those people. So, I used to be one of those. I have since come around on tomatoes. I still only really like pickles if I'm eating a pickle on its own. For both of them, it's mostly a texture thing for me personally. Tomatoes and pickles are both kind of strange on the texture front. This beak dog doesn't like this. Claim. That's what I'm doing. I have since come around on tomatoes on things like hamburgers, because if you remove tomato and pickle from a traditional hamburger, then you're not really left with any acid, and it becomes really heavy. It's like you got your carbs, you got your fat, you got your salt. It's just a very heavy dish if you remove all the acid. So I now appreciate tomato on a hamburger because of the kind of freshness and the acid that it adds. And we have a couple other tomato dishes that we've been doing where, like, if you like blending a tomato into a sauce, gets rid of all the texture, right? So I know I like tomato in that sense. But I had to kind of be convinced of it. Didn't realize there was more up here. Oh, hey, look! Some more. Cilantro tastes like soap, yeah, but that's like a genetic thing. For frying in butter, yeah. If you're just breaking up mushrooms for frying in butter, that's fine. I feel like that's fine. Folks that cut the crust off their sandwiches, I used to be that kind of person. Again, it's a texture thing. I've since kind of gotten over it. My most controversial comfort food is pasta with gravy. British gravy is not what you nutters put on scones. Well, okay, define gravy then. Pasta with gravy just reminds me of like beef stroganoff, which is good. Stroganoff is just pasta with gravy. Cilantro tastes like death and rot. I really like cilantro. On the dishes where it goes well, it really, really goes, I think. Like on a banh mi, or in pho, or like on a good taco, like a good street taco. Give me the cilantro. Pickles are way too squeaky. I've heard plenty of people have opinions on pickles, but I haven't heard that specific one. But I get it. I get where you're coming from on that one. I enjoy the sensation of nails on a chalkboard, though the sound is a bit unpleasant. That... Oh. I am not as susceptible to that sound as a lot of people are, but just thinking about that, thinking about the sensation in a positive manner, just sent a shiver down my spine. That is kind of bonkers. There's so many types of tomatoes. Yes, some are less smushy. I like, if I'm just eating a tomato, it's going to be like a small tomato. Like I'll eat a cherry tomato, but I will not eat just like a whole large tomato, right? Wife hates tomatoes. I'm annoyed you not are with her on this. That's funny. Eat tomatoes like apples. I can only the small ones. If it's a tomato that takes more than one bite, I'm not going to eat it on its own. I'm just not. I'm gonna stab you. Not a raw pineapple guy. I like raw pineapple. Literally can't describe gravy. I'll just have to send you some. Okay. I hope it ships quickly. Touching chalkboard makes me feel like the slate is draining my life force through my pores. Agreed. Sensation gives me goosebumps in a bad way. Yeah. Personally, I absolutely cannot stand Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts are definitely not high on my preferences. For sure. Is this the top room that we're in here? Like, we'll roast Brussels sprouts every once in a while, but they're okay. I've never had them be the highlight of whatever they're in. Oh, there's a door over there. Eating a room temperature tomato like an apple is a delight. Oh, man. See, I'll do that with onion. I'm the one who will eat an onion like an apple. Not so much anymore. But I will eat just like slices of raw onion. My favorite is like a slice of raw onion and a slice of sharp cheddar. Just the two of them together as a little snack. I really enjoy that. Claim the big dog. Stab the manera. Decapitate the troll. Or the ogre, rather. Go for the troll. Jeez. And then stab the manera. Okay, is this the end of this room? I think this is the end of this room. I can't do both these things at once. Why can't I scroll? Allow me to scroll. Come on, what's going on here? What on earth? OBS, what are you doing? Dried in candy, great. Flavor or juice, all the better. Cubes of pineapple, gross. I like a cube of pineapple. Some folks I know can't stand olives, whereas I eat olives until I get sick. I do like individual olives. And like an olive is just a nice little salty treat. But not... I don't know, I like them on some sandwiches, like on an Italian sandwich. But definitely not everything. But when we go to the grocery store, you can get like just the just like little, I don't know, plastic containers of fruit, and you can get like the mixed ones and the ones that have like the cantaloupe and the pineapple and the whatever else. I really like those. I'll just sit there and eat cubes of pineapple and cantaloupe on a hot day. That's really pleasant for me to just eat a bunch of fruit on a hot day. Claim the big dog. I think the only reason you don't eat more raw onion is because I wouldn't kiss you if you did. Yes, correct. I will not disclose how much raw onion is eaten when you're not here. Biggest divisive taste I can think of is anise and licorice. Yes, so I am the black licorice person. I'm the anise person. Give me all the black jelly beans, and I will be happy. Look at all this blood. Our beak dogs are just tracking the blood everywhere. There's still things down here as well. Those big tablets like Baroka that you put into a glass of water are fun to hold in your mouth without water. Baroka, you mean like an Alka-Seltzer? Is that what we're talking about? No. Well, maybe. Wikipedia. Effervescent drink for vitamins. Okay. So not specifically Alka-Seltzer, but like a fizzy drink tablet. I know what you mean. It's like Pop Rocks kind of. Licorice one is one of those tastes that's either loved or very hated. I agree. I love that so many people hate it because it means I get to have it all. High levels of synthetic vitamins B6, so not good to have more than like once a week. Yeah, that's fair. They should make just like fizzy tabs that are just for being fizzy. Like you can just eat Pop Rocks. Is this, where's my stair down? Oh, it's there. Duh. I enjoy a cucumber, which is strange because it has the same texture as a pickle usually, but I don't know. Great smell, no thanks texture, yeah. I could understand why the texture would be a thing for people. I think we're just going back down at this point. I don't think there's anything living behind us now. How? Oh, that way. Duh. Going the wrong way. Oh my gosh. There's too many beak dogs. Like cucumbers will also eat those raw like an apple. Like that does not surprise me. A raw cucumber does not offend my senses in the same way like a tomato does. Cucumber just makes me feel primal chomping on it. Did buy half a kilo bag of Pop Rocks, did not last very long. That's a lot of sugar. That's just half of a kilo of sugar, isn't it? About eggplant. I'm not big on eggplant. Eggplant? I also haven't had eggplant very often. It's not a very common thing, I don't think. At least if you don't go out of your way for it. I'm like, mid on the texture, mid on the taste. There's nothing that draws me to an eggplant. Look at our carnage. I'm gonna save again. We're doing good here. We've killed some things. Mildly allergic to eggplant and also dislike the texture. Well, let's just get rid of them then. Eggplant is such a funny name, I agree. An aubergine is not less funny. I'm not sure what feels more true to the plant. Because the eggplant is a weird name for a plant. Because it has no relation to an egg. Like, it doesn't have an egg texture, it doesn't have an egg taste, right? It's just... it's barely even egg-shaped. So why is it called an eggplant? Let's name something else aubergine when we delete eggplant. That's fair. Come to really like courgette, but it can't be one round to aubergine. Courgette is courgette the same thing? It starts as an egg as it grows. Oh, okay. I guess, sure. Used to look like eggs on a plant. Used to? That's hilarious. Look like an egg? It's like white and round. Aren't they purple? Baby eggplants look like egg. Okay. Small and white when they're first growing. So, but why would you name it after like its unripe form? Some still do. Okay, that's fair. Courgette is zucchini. That makes sense. Like, why would it be named after the immature version of the fruit? So I'll tell you how many people, or how many times I've seen a growing eggplant is a very small number. Probably 0. I think there's still a Chinese version that full grown still looks like a big egg. Well, you're not gonna call it dead purple thing. I don't know. I don't know. It's just a weird word. I would love to go back down. I would love to go down. I have no idea how many things still live here, but it's less than it was. A penis plant. Yeah, there you go. Let's just like stop beating around the bush. Call it what it is. Call it what we're all thinking. Purple bad dragon plant. Yes. Oh look, a beak dog. You belong to me now. That goblin has a crown, and then here's some blind cave ogres. The Chamberlain Oozboo. Hello, Chamberlain. You walked past me. Hello, Chamberlain. Is this an attack? What's going on? Hello, it is good to see you. Ask about the local ruler. The sins of ransacking rules Devilsprinkle. Arjtuk is lord. I don't care one way or the other. The seat of Amzu is also located here. So there are still people in charge here. Decapitate the Chamberlain. Decapitate the troll. The most suggestive stream ever. Yeah, I guess I should have seen this coming. Can we shorten it to dildo plant, or will that cause confusion with other phallic veggies? If anything's gonna be the dildo plant, it's gonna be the cucumber. Try to be polite in here with the jokes. Why? Just don't get me demonetized. Everything's being polite so far. Dying laughing with the oh look a beak dog. Yeah. I like this conversation with this gameplay. Very, very good. So did you miss the French hot dog discussion? Yeah. You might have actually missed that one. Yeah, okay. Same wavelength, yes. It's my turn with the brain cell. Yeah, one of the very first things we were talking about is French hot dogs, and apparently they are very suggestive. Hello, ogre. But eggplants, I don't know. Eggplants confuse me. I don't really know what to do with an eggplant. I know that eggplant parmesan, but other than like that one dish, what do you do with an eggplant? Oh, I did kill you. There's just another one standing right there. Got it. No, I want to do neck/dead. Yup. There we go. Oh, you squeezed past me. Blind Cave Ogre Administrator. It does happen. There we go. Is this where we're gonna is this where they all are? Oh, did we find them? Did we find the ogre quarter? Oh, this isn't even one of the big rooms. This is just a housing area. But I'll still take it. I've had eggplant once that I enjoyed, but it was in China and I have no idea what it was or how to describe it. Good, thanks. I'll keep that in mind. I honestly have no idea if there are any good uses for an eggplant. Then again, my allergy makes my mouth go numb. That's fair. Ogre closet? Yes, I think we found the ogre closet. We found them. They're all ogre there. These are so much easier to kill than maneras. It's very silly. This is so silly. Giving up on maneras to go find some blind cave ogres to get decapitate is very silly. Oh my gosh. Hi. There's just two standing on this stairwell. Combat. Combat. Wow. Oh, there's a bunch. Okay, I'm happy now. Removing the maneras from the world is probably useful in a numbers sense, but the blind cave ogres are what scare me. And then just a random troll. Eggplant sliced very finely and fried to a crisp. Oh, interesting. I've definitely never had that. Guess personally I could use it for consuming unholy quantities of capsaicin without noticing. Is that wise, though? It sounds like an easy way to end up in a hospital. Hi, Nerdy Fiona. Was chatting with someone recently who kept insisting eggplant is spicy. Okay. I could see it being spicy in the way that like, not like a pepper is spicy, but like maybe like a radish? You know what I mean? Like not like hot spicy, but like that kind of sensation maybe? Leave, don't try that. My dad does that, and he's definitely just allergic. Oh, that's fair. Maybe is that how eggplant allergy shows up? It just tastes really spicy. Work with a guy who's allergic to all stone fruit and most apples. It's very funny when he talks about spicy apples. Yeah, I could imagine. But like, I could also imagine like a spicy apple being tasty. If I just went my whole life thinking that apples were spicy, I would still probably enjoy them and not realize that I was like dying a little bit. No, not the beak dog. Be friends with the beak dog. Combat the ogre. There we go. Just absurd. Oh my gosh. This game. No, radishes. One of my favorite snacks is radish cut into slices with salt. I love radishes. Allergies equal mouth hurty equals spicy. Yeah, I guess I see that. I'm not allergic to any foods, so I don't really know what that sensation is like. I just kind of assume it's like just numb and tingly. I wouldn't expect it to come across as like a flavor. Oh no! I didn't decapitate that one in one hit. Oh, and he moved. Rude. So rude. Want to make some cinnamon apple crisp. Ooh, yeah. We have peach custard pie. It's very, very good. Pineapple makes my throat itchy. Yeah, I don't know it's supposed to do that. I don't think it's supposed to do that. Good old cinnamon. I think arugula is spicy. Arugula is like oddly spicy. There is a little bit of a... I don't know if heat is the way to put it, but like... I get what you mean about arugula. Isn't there like... There's like 3 different kinds of spicy? There's like capsaicin spicy, but then there's like other ways for things to be spicy. I forget how that breaks down. Arugula's peppery. Yeah, I agree. It's because the pineapple's digesting you. Oh, I guess that's true. It's the snack that bites back. A frail ogre administrator. Dead now. And these are still all my friendly beak dogs. These are still just my friendly beak dogs. Oh my god. People's spice tolerance seems to be very weird and personal, yes. Everyone's opinion on how spicy things should be has definitely wildly varied. Always been laughed at for saying that? I could see that. Do you hear it's too bad to eat too much? A pineapple? I could see that. I mean, it is very acidic, right? Oh yeah, you call it rocket. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's like peppery. A couple strange chemicals for spicy, some tiny spiky crystals, some are just aggressive enzymes, some are neurotoxins. I guess that makes sense. I like spiky crystals as a description. Blue cheese, I am good. I like blue cheese. It can definitely go too far. But like a mildly funky cheese. But like the blue cheese funk. I like the blue cheese funk, but I don't like the, there's like a different kind of funk that cheese can get that I don't like, but I like blue cheese. If that makes sense. Our dwarf friend is just petting a beak dog. Imagine rocket would be spicy, yes. I'll take the spice if I can stand it is another thing. Yeah. Well, when you order like when you get like Thai food or Chinese food, food that asks you how spicy you want it to be, what is your how spicy do you go for when you have a choice? So I usually go for like a 2 out of 5 is kind of my go-to, and then if I'm feeling like I'm wanting something spicy, I'll do like a 3. But there are some people who just live at 4 and 5 their entire lives. Ogre. Just a wall of ogre, and slowly just slashing it down. Pineapple is quite acidic, but also has an enzyme that reacts. That makes sense. Radishes are one of the spiky crystal ones. Oh, interesting. Bromelain. 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 Okay. Thing to Google. Gonna go from Baroka to Bromelain. Class of enzymes derived from pineapple. So does that mean, so pineapple and radish are spicy in the same way? Or are we talking about 2 different things here? Family Bromelaceae. I think that's just pineapple. So what is radish? So what's in a radish? I'm going completely off the rails here. Is it so pineapple is Bromelaceae, and then radish is Brassicaceae. Okay, they are different. They just sound the same. So then why? Tell me why it's spicy. The word spicy shows up once in the very beginning. Radishes owe their sharp flavor to various chemical compounds produced by the plant, including glucosinolate, myrosinase, and isothiocyanate. It's like plain Dwarf Fortress in there. So I think so radish and pineapple are different. Blue cheese on beef burgers. Yes, but that's definitely one of those ones that can go too far. I think if it's just blue cheese, like it's a normal burger with some blue cheese, I'm on board. But if you're doing like 5 things and one of them's blue cheese, then it's probably too much. 4 to 5 out of 5, I can't do it. Like spicier Chinese food, but tend to keep Indian food milder. That's interesting. That's interesting. Would you say that like the spiciest Indian food and the spiciest Chinese food are different to the point that you're compensating? Or is like the max the same spicy and you just prefer different spicy levels with those flavors? Live my life one Thai meal at a time. There you go. Can't tolerate most spicy that is capsaicin based, such a weakling. I mean, capsaicin is like aggressive, right? Especially when the way people do it with, like when people want to make something capsaicin spicy, they make it really, really spicy. Twitch censored weakling, that's hilarious. Pineapple is a bromelia, the kind of plant that holds water and that frogs like to live in. Oh, that's fair. Chemical produced by a plant in Morocco that's many times spicier than capsaicin, but I can't remember what it's called. Okay. Myrosinase is an enzyme. That makes sense. Isn't like ACE? like the ending for... Is that just how enzyme words work? Member of the glucoside hydrolase family. I want to say, let's just do enzyme. How do you name an enzyme? I feel like, yeah, these all have ASES. I think that's how you know that it's an enzyme. So is your very cells Booba or Kiki? I mean, they're Booba until you eat a pineapple, then they're Kiki. Okay, I've caught up. Oh my god. I'm glad that I can get you all on sidetracky topics like this. While I put in the work of killing these ogres. Chinese food I get tends to be sweeter or have different things going on that I counter the spice better. Prefer creamier or aromatic Indian food, and I find things very spicy, and British Indian takeaways is just a massive kick in the cake and bowels. Yes. I get that. Chinese foods tend to be sweeter. I could see that. I mean, Chinese food is frequently about, like, balancing a bunch of different flavors, right? So I could see why that would be the case. I could also see why British cuisine would have a very particular take on Indian food, if that makes sense. Combat the ogre. Oh my god. There's so many. I really want to look at our kill list when we get back home. There's one here. Jeez. Face, gotcha. Yeah, get a good kick in the cake. Indian curries are so good. I agree. All curry is good. I love curry. Curry is just a good dish. Curry is a very good format. Indian food does just such a good job of mixing complex flavors. Feels like a waste burning out my mouth with extreme spice. That's my opinion on spice in general. Like, if the spice gets to the point where it's distracting from the food, like, not only am I having a hard time physically dealing with it at that point, but, like, I don't know what the point is. I wanna taste the food. Shrek Massacre, yes. Shrekicide? Okay, I think we're going here. Oh, there are so many. I guess we found them. It's so ogre, yes. There is a certain culture of people getting drunk and then trying to one each other up on the spiciest vindaloo. Yes, absolutely. Does getting drunk actually make things less spicier for you? I feel like it's definitely popular to eat spicy things while drunk, but does it actually do anything? I'd rather enjoy all the balance of complex flavors and texture. Yeah, agreed. It's how I feel. I can tolerate quite a lot, but it never makes the food better to be spicy. I think there's like a threshold. Like there are definitely dishes where there's no spice, like absolutely no spice, and I'm like, it would be interesting, it would be nice to have just like a tiny bit, like a 1 out of 5, right? I feel like that does add something. But once you go past that, it's subtractive very, very quickly. It just becomes distracting. My meal shouldn't be an ordeal. If I'm sitting down to eat something that someone prepared with love and care, it shouldn't be an ordeal for me to get through. I shouldn't be impressing someone by consuming it. I am. Ogre Battle Royale. I would note junk food as an exception. I love burning my mouth with a hot chip. That's true. Takis? I love me some Takis. But they aren't overly spicy either. Like they're hot, but they also have like a very sharp flavor to them. A very acidic citrus flavor to them. There's like flamin' hot Cheetos. I don't find as interesting because it's just Cheeto. You're in combat now. Reminds me when Alton Brown, I know who Alton Brown is, went on Hot Ones, and every hot sauce when he got to Lombaba, he said, yeah, that's hot, but it's not good. I remember that. He was upset at it, right? Alcohol inhibits pain receptors. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Because spiciness is like a pain thing. I know a guy who doesn't have capsaicin receptors. He put hot sauce in his eyes at parties for show. Yeah, that's terrifying. Also inhibits the bad idea receptors. Yeah, I feel like that would cause issues other than just the fact that it hurts. Like he can still see. I'm just gonna sit here and decapitate all these ogres as they walk by. He's a weird dude. Didn't know a guy who would neck back bottles of vinegar for clout. Can't have been good either. Yeah? Your eyes are meant to be full of foreign goop, yes. That's where you put the goop. That's why every time you wake up, there's goop there. Your eyes just found some goop and was like, goop. I live in goop, thank you. Have fun explaining these injuries to your optometrist. So I was holding these 2 hot sauce bottles in running. I was running down a flight of stairs with 2 open hot sauce bottles. You'll never believe what happened next. You. Alton Brown is more than his mild manners would appear. Yes. He definitely kind of understates himself, right? How did you get past? Did you squeeze past me? Where did you come from? Can't reach you from here. No, not the beak dog. There are so many beak dogs just standing around. They still all my friends? I think they're still all my friends. There are 3 cave ogres just in this one door tile. He would flush it out with water after a minute, but we all thought he was crazy. Well, he is crazy. A single instant is too long to have hot sauce in your eyes. Hot sauce brought Gordon Ramsay to tears, but different type of guy. Yes. I mean, there's no, like, there's no personality predictor for spice tolerance, right? Like we like to pretend as, oh, you're so manly and tough for being able to handle a bunch of spice, but it's just physiological. There's no you tried really hard. Oh, your muscles are so big you can handle all the spicy. Got wandering eyes. They always track a goop back home. There you go. Hot sauce, contact lens fluid. No. Cursed. Make sure I have plenty of goop on hand to keep your eyes from feeling the need to wander. Are big dogs carnivores? Yes. Yes? They lay eggs. Does it even tell me? Oh, this says that they're gorilla-sized. That's larger than I thought. They're larger than a turkey. I don't think this says. 21, it says they're based on a variety of sources. Oh, interesting. This is linked somewhere. The original inspirations were, as far as I remember, those things from Tremors 2. As for writing, yeah, the labyrinth things. We didn't get the beaks from that and the original Cautionsaurus? What? Velociraptors weren't an inspiration. I think that just came up in that thread, and I was trying to describe them in those terms. Our crayon pictures of them devolved pretty far away from that, and they end up looking kind of like wingless, featherless versions of my brother's lovebirds. Don't think they have little arms anymore. Yeah. Huh. This is from the 2009. Oh my goodness. Okay, more ogres. Feels like a solution to the patriarchy, to be completely off topic. There you go. Bone carnivores? Are they really? Combat. Being a chef, I'd expect him to have some experience. But experience doesn't really factor into it either, does it? For spiciness? I mean, you could probably develop a little bit of a tolerance or familiarity with the pain at least, but I don't think, like, I feel like some people just receive more pain from it than others, and there's not really anything you can do about that. I didn't think. Oh, was that a beak dog? Oh, I killed a beak dog. I'm not paying attention. There's too many beak dogs standing here. I have to scroll through them all to get to the ogres. Jeez. Been working out my tongue muscles, talking over people. There you go. Beak dogs have bone carn. Interesting. I don't know. So what happens in fort mode? Do they eat bones in fort mode? If they do, I've definitely never noticed that. I was thinking a beak is a weird mouth for a carnivore, but I was forgetting about squid. True. True. I mean, they can be pretty tough. You can also have like a beak and then like little teeth structures inside the teeth, right? They might just sit there and gnaw on the bones. They lay eggs, have beaks, walk on two legs, and aren't fluffy. How are they dogs? How? Because they're named so by goblins. Because a goblin found one and went, "Is this dog?" And the other goblins went, "Yeah, this is dog." Clearly. There's too much crap here. This doorway is getting packed. Packed with ogre meat. Like, you should not be able to see through this doorway because of all the dead ogres in it. And they just keep coming. They just keep trying to walk through. Lots of birds are carnivores and have beaks. That's true. Like vultures and such? Do vultures eat bones? Squid are freaky. Squid are kind of freaky. You can get used to the pain response from spicy food, but doesn't reduce the physiological response. Right. Response. Yeah, no, I don't take much stock in like, oh, you ate a bunch of spicy food being like a measure of toughness. It just means that you've done it more, right? If you've just built a tolerance, you have more experience with it, I guess. I don't know. I do think there is a practice response to spicy based on me not being able to handle the spicy I grew up when I came home from somewhere without much spice. I guess that makes sense. But also your tongues kind of change as you get older, right? Like some things become less, some of your taste senses become less acute in some ways. Which is why, like, a lot of people like bitter things more as they grow older, is because the bitter things taste less. Is my understanding. Goblins not taxonomy experts, yeah. So why are we genociding ogres? Because they want to genocide us. Because we are their next door neighbors, and they're kind of rowdy. And my intent with like building this fortress in the first place was kind of fighting against this civilization, but our fortress has struggled so much to keep like a standing army that can actually go out and attack. I was like, well, I have this one character who can just go in and clean up, right? So that's what we're doing. We're cleaning up. I wonder what our skills are at now. Level 93 still. Level 93 fighter. Dog is an occupation, that's true. Xenophobia. Yeah, I guess. Preemptive self-defense, yes. Like arresting someone for future crimes. I mean, to be clear, they have attacked us. This isn't for the potential of them attacking us. It's for, we know they're going to attack us again. It's not total thought crime. The fact that they're all unarmed and don't see me as an enemy until my sword is halfway through their neck might be considered rude. But blind cavilers are also kind of rude themselves, so I don't feel too bad. Also, just the fact that we can, like, this is absurd. Like, these things are absurdly strong. If we were just a normal dwarf adventurer with no superpowers and had to, like, breathe in order to live and had normal adventurer style skills, we would be dead. We would just be straight up dead. So the fact that we can do this is just so absurd that I feel compelled to do it. We are in the ontologically evil ogre universe, yes. My PR background suggests maybe justifying your actions with a term. Cleaning up in this context is unwise. Fair. I'll get my PR kobolds on it. Some may call this rude, and to that I say, well, yeah. Reg laughs at death, yes. And Reg, for his part, doesn't feel anything. This is not an emotional thing for Reg. Oh, we just improved armor. We experienced trauma, but we didn't feel anything. Are they even, like, they don't even touch us. We're stressed. We have a whole 2 scars. And those are not recent. Wow, it is already 5 o'clock. Okay. That's a lot of ogre killing. Now picturing a kobold in a little suit with tie and briefcase. Yes. Yes, absolutely. I want a little, give me a little marketer bold. Market bold? What's a stereotypical thing for a PR person to say? There are so many ogres here. Do they have a flip chart? Yes, of course. Does it make it better or worse that he's not feeling anything? I don't know. I mean, this isn't done out of, like, hate, right? This is a task that he knows needs to be done. He's like, this is like mowing the lawn to Reg. Just the lawn made of ogres. PR kobolds are frantically making posters and drawing rainbows to distract from the violence. They just make it shiny. Look, distraction shiny. That's how PR kobolds work. We recognize that we've been responsible for some heinous atrocities over the years, but look, shiny! Ogre lawn mowing. Yes, write that down. Oh my god, there are so many. Okay, so where do we go from here? So for next stream, do we continue with this because there are more? There are more. There are more. Do we want to do another stream of lawn mowing? Or do we say next stream we're going back home with our job done? Because there are so many. I'm glad we found all these ogres, but there are so many. Oh, that was just a normal attack. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Not the big dogs. It's more insidious. Glitter reserves are at critical levels. How can you say job done if there are still ogres up and about? Right? I mean, that's why I'm asking. I don't know if this is too repetitive for stream content or if we just keep going. Combat. Because there are definitely fewer of them. There are definitely fewer of them. Still a lot, though. Honestly, if there's a hack way to make this less tedious, I wouldn't be opposed. This was a good discussion stream, though, so happy either way. Yeah. I don't think I have a DF hack way of, like, just... I mean, we could just, like, exterminate, but that feels cheap. I wouldn't want to just delete them. That feels unearned. We could... So here, I'll save. Let's save real quick. We could take a peek. We could reveal the map and see what's left. Back home, I'd be good to integrate the prisoners, yes. So we have a bunch of kobolds that we brought to our fortress from a different fortress who are theoretically going to be ready to integrate into our society. We also have a big old patch of beak dogs to bring back. We can get leather going at least. Let's do this. Reveal. Yeah, there they are. I knew there were a bunch. Weren't we up here? There's the maneras. Okay, so here's where we were killing all the maneras. A lot of these are gonna be dead ones. No? I mean, there's a bunch of arms on the ground. A bunch of these are dead. That's dead, but there's like lots that aren't. Will it makes the decision easier? Yeah, this would take us a little while. Well, you can see why I would like to depopulate, right? Because this is what this place looks like. Oh my god. And then all the beak dogs as well. Like, that's a lot of beak dogs. Jeez, these are all like... Look how many there are there. Okay. So there's like... There's a way to run this without actually doing it, and it'll just tell you how many things are there. Exterminate all! Kill all non-friendly creatures. Wow, yeah. I thought there was a way to, like, list how many people are there. I could do, like, just limit it to 0. Yeah, that's not how that works. Nope. It's quite a lot. It's a lot. Just exterminate without any modifying words will do the list. Oh, okay. There are demons somewhere. There's antelope devils somewhere. Demon of fire. Well, okay, if we have the map revealed, and then like there was the pillar down here, right? So here's the pillar. We went down here in a different adventure. Oh, and then the caves. I've never looked at how like this pillar interacts with caves before. That's pretty interesting. Nighty night, JM. Have a good one. I will see you on Monday, hopefully. I will be back on Monday. This just goes down really, really far. And then there's a couple ogres. And then it goes down a little bit more. And then there's an ogre and then nothing. And then it stops, but there's still Slade here. In theory, these are supposed to go through to the underworld. But I haven't seen one that actually does that in practice yet. Oh, that didn't work. So, of course, the ogres themselves aren't hostile. List the targets on your map. Yeah, because they're not default aggressive to me, I guess they're not really counting as things to exterminate, even. Like, I would have to click them one by one. Well, I think we made our point. I think what's going to happen next time is we head back to our fortress. But this place is not, like, ready to be knocked over, right? This is still... There's still a lot of crap here. And they don't have dragons. They have a bunch of beak dogs. Can use F to include friendlies. Okay. I was kind of expecting to find some dragons here. There are 300 blind cave ogres and 200 maneras. And 700 beak dogs. $300 blind cave ogres, even if we were just... Okay, someone... Where am I? Can't even find me in here. Are there supposed to be goblins in here? I mean, in theory. We killed a couple goblins. I've killed all the goblins that I've seen, but it was like a single-digit number. I'm curious, like, I want to time how long it takes to kill, like, 5. When they're all right next to me. And I can just get them one by one, right? So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna click start. I'm gonna combat, decapitate, combat, decapitate, combat, decapitate, and then move once, and then combat the ogre. Oh, did it not? Why didn't you start? Goodness gracious. Okay. Starting over. 1. Jeez. 2. 3. 4. And 5. That's like 45 seconds for 5. So add in, say like it takes about a minute for 5. And 300 divided by 5, so 60. That's like an hour of just slashing. Assuming they are all like adjacent to me. So it's not as long as I thought it might be. What if I just did that off stream? What if I just killed 300 blind cave ogres off stream? I'm not gonna save because we revealed. But I think we're good. They're friendly? Yeah, they're friendly, right? It's because I'm a zombie. Evil things don't see me as a threat because I'm dead. Pretty sure is how that works. But their civilization is not friendly to my civilization. Like, we're not allies. They just don't see me as an immediate threat. It keeps the meat tender. Do they count as friendly after you attempt to decapitate? As soon as we initiate combat, they turn hostile. Like all the maneras, I would stab a manera and it would immediately go into combat with us, and then all our beak dogs would pounce on them. But because the blind cave ogres I'm decapitating in one hit every single time, they just die. Like, they don't get a chance to fight back because they just die. So have you killed like 450 ogres a stream? No, because we weren't in, it took us a long time to find the cave ogres. We were wandering around in the empty areas for quite a while and killing maneras. But we killed a couple. We definitely killed a couple. I really want to go look at Reg's kill list now, because he was pushing like 500 kills before. He's got a lot of kills. Reg has done some work in this world. So yeah, would it be too, I don't know. Would it be bad if I killed a bunch of ogres off stream and then we just started next stream with like a basically empty fortress here and then returned? Or should we just go back to the fortress and leave these here? Because 300 blind cave ogres is still a force to be reckoned with for everyone except Reg. Reg is still the only one who could deal with this. Anyway, I will not be streaming this Saturday, but come by next Saturday. We're going to start a brand new game. And by brand new, I mean very, very old. I want to start playing older games. I want to play some retro games. So we're going to play the Discworld point and click from 1995. It's 30 years old this year. So I want to do that starting next Saturday. come by next Monday and Thursday. We're going to continue with Dwarf Fortress from right here. Clearing out the spike and then converting the whole thing into a 100-floor apartment complex. Yes, perfect. We can definitely do that. Very excited for retro. I'm also very excited for retro. I was just playing around with the tech setup of all that. I mean, oh boy. I think I can get it to work. Anyway, today's episode is brought to you by the moon. The moon. And by viewers like you, clicking on all the buttons, hanging out with us live, talking about food while I decapitate ogres, hang out in the VODs, hang out in Discord. That is the moonlight I am basking in right now. So I appreciate you being here and coming by. And come by for more. I'm gonna be here. I hope you all have a good weekend, and I hope you stay kind.